Are doing an eyebrow waxing here at Melvira's Hair Studio. As you see, this lovely lady has some shaping up that needs to be done. And we're going to use G products that we use here at Melvira's Hair Studio. So the first thing that I do is I use our pre-honey and I go through and I cleanse her skin. I'm gonna cut this off because YouTube be tripping about this music and a little bit of big video and they will take the whole thing down. Okay. The next thing that I do is I take my pre-epilation powder and I wipe over the whole eyebrow because that absorbs any oils and it makes sure that the wax is going to adhere where I want it to. And it also gives like a little barrier between her skin and the wax. Ariana has been trying to get me to wax up for like a month.
Longer than that.
Longer than that.
That's why I got these caterpillars on my face. She ain't loyal. Got me walking around looking like this.
I'm sorry. I don't want you to. Okay. So I like to brush them. First, this is just some cotton that I got tangled on the brush because I was moving too fast with the cotton in my hand. So I like to brush them up and kind of see where everything is at. And then if there's anything that's tremendously out of place, and I know that once I wax it, it's going to fall down, I'll cut it now. But Ari's is not that bad. So comb them nice and smooth so I can lay my wax where I want it to lay at.
Can you make it my arches high so it looks like I have attitude?
No problema.
But like not too thin though, where my tail's like non-existent. We're gonna have a lot of likes in this video.
Yesterday we did an eyebrow or facial threading video. So much for threading my face. But I want you to be true. But with waxing, it's kind of, you gotta really practice before you just be up on somebody's eyebrows. Because if you don't,
they'd be highly upset.
yeah, because once you get that wax on there, I like to use this little tip right here. Everybody can't wax. Like I'm doing this right here because I know that once I press the wax on it, that big glob at the top is gonna move. So it's almost like with wax, you gotta get it just right the first time because you cannot do it again. Not with soft wax. Soft wax will take off your skin if you do it more than once. And you always pull the skin taut and pull in the opposite direction, just like that. And if you do it clean enough, you should only have a little bit of wax left. So now we got her with just a little bit of arch. So she only got a little bit of attitude. We don't want her looking like straight stink-faced, like, I don't know, like. So I'm still gonna have to come up in here and clean this up a little bit, but I'm not gonna come back with wax. So now, when I brush her hair up, I can see all these long hairs right here. I don't wanna wax that because then that's gonna pull hair from down here at my base. So I like to comb that down. And so now I'm gonna come around here and I'm gonna shape this out and just kind of get the extra hair off her forehead. And I always do the middle separate. We'll do hers in two separate little pieces right there. So the trick is to always get enough wax so that you have enough to play with. So I've got this big glob, but I'll kind of like shape and mold it around what I want. So I'll follow it around and make sure that you don't go too close to her hairline. And then I won't go too close to the eyebrow because then I can come back with this, I call it a glob, but it's a thicker spot of the wax that I can kind of go back and press closer to where I want it to be. But you got to do it fast because if you don't, the wax will harden up really quickly and you'll be tweezing for another 20 minutes getting what you didn't get. So our client doesn't have too much of a tail right here, but that doesn't mean go in closer because you could take off too much. And I'm just doing a little at a time because I feel like I get more of the wax to stick to it whenever I do a little bit at a time if they had extra long eyebrows like our client here does. And you see me pressing my hand on it because the heat from your hand and their body makes the wax warm up and stick to the paper better. Okay. And wax removes wax. So always go back. All right, now we're going to do the middle. You gotta make sure your wax is not too hot. And we are using GG green tea wax. And I like the green tea because it's really good for sensitive skin if your client may have sensitive skin. And when you're waxing, you always want to wax or apply the wax in the direction that the hair grows, so you don't help to create ingrown hairs. And it's easier for it to come off. And the telephone is ringing. I'll go grab that really quick.
Hope you learned how to edit videos.
Thank you for calling me Eyebrow Hair Studio. Well, right now a consultation at Eyebrow Hair Studio is $30. And we go over all of your hair options. We go over what's going on with your hair, past, present, and future, and help you to determine the next step for your hair. What is the end goal? What do you think you'd like your hair to be like once we get done? Okay. Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to exit out of it?
Okay, so it sounds like you just want to